Good morning, Trojans. Today's date is January 31st, 2019, and it is an A Day.
The quote of the day is from Anthony D. Angelo. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow.
Circle of Friends has its first meeting of the semester on today at lunch in E1. Bring your lunch and have fun meeting new friends. Remember, you can earn community service hours coming to these meetings, so please come and have some fun.
Students, please remind your parents to clear your days absent in January. This is the last week to clear cuts. The attendance office must be called at 778-4670 by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Please check your attendance through the parent portal or see Ms. Hale in the attendance office for an attendance report. You will be assigned Saturday school for any uncleared absences. Make sure to get this done.
Yesterday, reports of pertussis, commonly known as whooping cough, came out of Petaluma High's Stowe classroom. We sent our own Napua Lavilla to the source.
Thanks, Kiara and Aiden. Yesterday, we all received an email about a case of pertussis, commonly referred to as whooping cough, being spread around throughout the SCO classes. Whooping cough can be spread by being in close proximity to someone who already has the virus. But as far as we know, none of the students inside of the SCO classroom have been infected, and they don't normally come on the Petaluma High School campus. For now, there isn't too much of a chance for Petaluma High School students to be infected, but if they are, is it possible to prevent an epidemic? Is it possible to contain the virus? These are the harrowing questions we're left with as the threat of pertussis looms. I'm Napua Lavilla from Trojan Live, reporting outside the SCO classroom.
Today we have an interview with Petaluma High's very own campus supervisor, Kayleigh Smith. Let's take a look.
I grew up in North Long Beach and a little bit all over Southern California. I moved my freshman year of high school to Temecula, which is kind of close to San Diego, and then I was in Orange County a little bit for college. I moved up right before the school year started, yep. Interested in high school, not so much now. I would probably say cars. I guess that's because I had a car that I was like really into and spent a lot of money on and stuff like that. Now I'm just more about something that can get me A to B. Driving range, love golfing, like to bowl, love baseball, going to sporting events, live music. I love going to some concerts and stuff like that. Oh man, it's tough up here, but I'm a huge Dodger fan. I mean, basically, I'm a big sports fan in general, but love baseball. That's my #1 sport, and I'm a big Dodger fan. I bleed blue, so I'm behind enemy lines up here. Petaluma's a cool little town. I live in Sonoma, and Sonoma is cool. A lot different than where I grew up in Long Beach. It was just a lot more populated and a lot more freeways. Everything's more rural and spread out up here and laid back. It's pretty cool, more relaxed lifestyle.
CSF and NHS applications will be available in room A2. You must apply for CSF and NHS every semester. Applications are due tomorrow, February 1st. Get in those applications.
Attention winter sports athletes. The application for physical education exemption is available for you to pick up in the SAC office. This is for winter sports of this year only. The deadline to turn this application in is February 8th, 2019. Please turn in the completed application into Ms. Anderson in the SAC office. This is for sophomores and juniors only.
A list of resources for families affected by the government shutdown is available in the counseling office, including discounts and free goods and services offered by local businesses and service providers. My apologies.
Seniors, the Petaluma High School local scholarships are due to Ms. Stoll on February 6th by noon. No exceptions. If you need assistance, please go to the College and Career Center. Again, the scholarships are due by February 6th. Get those in. Any thespians that are attending the Linnea Festival, there is a mandatory meeting today at lunch in E2. You must be there. And the PHS JSA will have a guest speaker at our meeting tomorrow. So if you're interested, come to E5 at lunch tomorrow. And now, let's go to Griffin Epstein with sports.
Touchdown, Trojan!
Unbelievable!
Thanks, Kiara. Yesterday, the wrestling team faced Casa Grande here in the Petaluma gym. The varsity girls started off the night right, knocking off the rival Gauchos 37-27. While most girls' victories were forfeits, Carla Maldonado got the key victory for Petaluma as the varsity girls Trojans secured an undefeated season. Meanwhile, for the senior night, 13 seniors classes in Petaluma history. However, it was a rough start for the varsity team as the Trojans heavyweights struggled early and Casa took an early lead. There were some early nerves in the gym, but that was turned around quickly. Nick Trave got the pin at the 108. Charlie Winter had a clinical and brutal match to watch, slowly disseminating his Gaucho opponent, and the Trojans were quickly back into the match. However, Dominic Butts became the match of the evening. Butts fell behind early in the first round, and it looked like he might fall. However, Butts turned it around, trailing 5-4. He gets the pin of the Gaucho. The Gaucho wrestler not happy, and the student section was going crazy. It was a great atmosphere. Petaluma would take the lead, and they'd be off from there. Their senior wrestlers starting to dominate. Max Shattuck got a victory. Liam O'Neill remained unstoppable in the year as he got a buzzer-beating pin. And then Connor Pedersen, the Trojans' senior captain and leader, clinched the victory for Petaluma with that pin there. Petaluma continued its dominance on the Gauchos as Tony Vitale had an impressive victory, as you see there. And the night finished off with Coleman Prieto beating the Gauchos' best wrestler. He also had an impressive victory as well. It would be 7 straight victories for Petaluma to finish the evening, and that would all result in a 45-20 victory for the varsity boys team. The varsity boys finished VVAL undefeated. They beat Casa, and they will look to win the VVAL pennant in a week and a half up at American Canyon in the VVAL Championships. If you missed all the thrilling matches last night or the senior ceremony, we live streamed it all on our YouTube channel. Meanwhile, the girls varsity soccer team will remain undefeated and now alone in first place in VVAL as they beat Casa Grande last night in a historic 2-1 victory. The Trojans played a great defensive game, giving the Gauchos very little opportunities to score. Athena Edwards was the star of the night for Petaluma on the offensive side as she scored twice to give Petaluma a 2-0 cushion, and they were able to hold off the Gauchos. Petaluma goes to 8-0-1 in league, and they are up top VVAL. They will just need to win 3 more games against teams they've already beat to secure the first league pennant for girls soccer in a very long time, and only the second VVAL pennant in school history. And finally, in Casa Petaluma matches, the boys varsity basketball team lost to Casa Grande 57-45 last night. The Trojans started off strong, leading Casa by 3 at the end of the first quarter. However, Casa went on a big run in the second quarter, and Petaluma was never able to recover. And meanwhile, the boys varsity soccer team will play Napa tonight for the second time this season. After Petaluma lost to Napa 4-1 the first time around, Trojan Live talked to senior Sean Shumakowski after the match.
You guys, especially offensively, looked really out of it the first 30 minutes of this game. Why did you guys start off so slowly?
It's our 3rd game of the week, and we're coming off a loss against Casa, which is pretty disheartening. So it was just kind of a rough start considering we only had 1 sub and like half the guys have injuries. One of our starting center back's sick, and so we're just dealing with a lot considering we're at the end of the line here.
You guys looked a lot better in the second half. We pretty much played even with Napa, including getting a goal. What do you take away that you played well against a really good team as you have all season long?
Well, kind of the key is to just kind of be consistent, because a lot of the time we'll come out and we'll be flat, and instead of just waiting to wake up, we kind of have to come out fighting instead of just waiting until someone makes something that'll be impactful and inspire us or something.
It's a very young team. You're one of the only couple seniors on this team. How have you tried to help lead this team?
Well, just kind of, if anyone puts their head down, you just kind of have to help them. Just tell them that they can't just give up at this point. They have to keep fighting, because there's always another game. They can't just let this one get away in the middle of it.
The game against Napa will kick off tonight at 6 at Ellison Field. And lastly, the girls varsity basketball team will play Napa tonight. After beating Casa Grande for the first time in 10 years on Tuesday, Petaluma will look to make it a 3-game winning streak as they face the Grizzlies tonight. The game tips off at 7 in the gym, but if you can't make it, Trojan Live will be live streaming it on our YouTube channel. That's all for sports. Back to you, Kiara.
Now a word from our sponsor.
Did you hear how loud his music was? Not in my town. Do you know why I pulled you over today, sir?
What?
Do you know why I pulled you over today, sir?
No, why?
Your music was way too loud.
Really? You can get in trouble for that?
Yes, you can. You should have gone to all good driving school.
That is all for today. Congratulations again to the wrestling and girls soccer game. Tune into our live stream tonight and make it a great day.
Is that what you're going to tell Knox?